a subscription list so that you can continuously be in contact with them. So.
Very good. Very right. Yeah. Chris, tell us a little bit from your perspective.
I think you said it quite well. I love his attract and convert. That's just brilliant, the analogy. That's what I want to start using that if you don't have it patented. No, it's exactly right. A lot of people are very excited about attracting people, and that's really good, and they're like, okay. It's very important that you build that trust and that rapport. When people, when we're building website projects for people, I tell them it's very important that you understand that people are coming there to research you, and they have to know that they can trust you. Testimonials, however you build that trust and rapport through a variety of different methods, and it's very good for you to have multiple strategies. That aspect right there to me is a very crucial one, where you're never going to get to the convert. So.
Right. I want to make a point also in your strategy to find actually a webmaster or to find a company who builds your website. Before, originally it was really so that you would try to get a website, and you would talk to somebody who would create your website, and then what really happened after you have a website, you permanently, if you really want to make changes to your website, you need a webmaster. So what you do actually, you convey all these changes to a webmaster in an email, put a picture in there, put your new text in there, and convey to a webmaster that you would like to have these changes done. So there might be a time delay, and you might be paying every time, or you have a so-called content management system. There are softwares out there today where you have behind your website the opportunity. You click edit, you make the changes yourself exactly as you would have done this in an email. Right now you work in your website, not with HTML, just in plain English, and so now you really have the opportunity to permanently have your website current and have your content current and even play around with little things. So just a little example about that, how useful this could be. Imagine one morning you see in Google that you had Japanese visitors on your site. So let's say you have a store here, and there were some Japanese tourists in your store, and they got your business card and they got your website, and they bought a great product from you, and now suddenly you go one morning, you have a website, and you go to your Google report and you see, wow, I got here like suddenly 500 hits from Osaka. And you wonder, and then you think, yeah, there was the people that were there in my store from Osaka. So now imagine, at the same morning, if you have a content management system, if you have a software to change your website yourself, at this same morning, you talk to your friend, to your Japanese friend, you say, hey, can you please just translate me this little content, and it says, this week special for shipping for Japan, and a very little price, or a special for your product. And so now the people, they were on your website or they look at your website, they think you're very, very well connected with Japan, because why else would you have this special? So they don't know that you actually just could see that these people were on your website. So if you work with this media the right way, you can do really marketing on the fly, and you can create a buzz for new products, or you can create a buzz for new groups of people coming in. That's a really interesting part. You, Jean-Paul, you're working with a content management system on your site yourself, right?
Yeah, everything is, if you can use Microsoft Word, you can run the whole site, our software. So it's built in that way. And there are things that you can use for free out there, all the way up to, like Tom said, you can spend tens of thousands of dollars, but for everybody in this room, that's not necessary at all. And I would even argue that a lot of those people that are paying $10,000, $20,000, $30,000, $40,000, they're throwing money away. So I hope I'm not.
Oh no. Well, for the content management systems, you're absolutely right. In the content management system world, spending more doesn't equal getting a better product, but you do need to make sure that you get a very solid product.
Right.
And I think we've been in agreement for sure on that. And there's a lot of open source stuff out there that's got a lot of bugs in it. And maybe my one warning that I always give clients is be careful about that. But other than that, there's a lot of great stuff. And the Web Designer magazine, which is printed out of London, actually had an article not too long ago that said, if you're not designing websites on a content management system, you're already way behind the times. And as web designers and those of us who are building websites for clients, it's crucial for us to be building our clients on a good platform. So I relate that to this, and I had a meeting this morning with a guy, funny enough, here in Oahu, and I told him, I said, he's in real estate, and I said, building a website has to be built on the right platform. it's kind of like building a house and then considering the foundation later, right? The foundation determines everything else, and your content management system is that coding infrastructure, and that's what everything else is built on. Your functionality, your customer interaction and experience, all that is based on that, so it's very important.
Right. In the older times, Webmaster, when they did a proposal for you, they would have asked you, so how many pages do you want? Today, with the new paradigm of content management system, people only ask you what kind of components do you want, and do you like Flash on your site or just a static site? Because with a content management system, after you get a site, you are able to make changes on your own, but also create as many pages that you like to create. So now, when we talk to our customers, it's not important anymore that they, and often I had to learn this, people would tell me like a half an hour, oh, that's I want on content, and I would let them talk and talk and talk, and actually that really doesn't matter anymore, because it's only important what is the structure of your site, what are the components you need, the e-components. Do you need e-commerce? Do you need a communication manager like an e-newsletter blast or e-blast? Do you need any other interactivity? And there's a lot of things what you can do, particularly Jean-Paul, they do a lot of blogs and interactivity. So these are the important parts. But the content on your site, if you have the right system, you can change every day on any page. And so it's really important, if you look out there are three things important. Number one, you need to find somebody you can trust, and you need to make sure that you get a proposal where really everything is spelled out. We hear probably every day from people, they have a friend, and the friend said, oh, never mind, I do this for $500 or $1,000. So $1,000 later, now you're in the project, they say, oh, I didn't know it was so much, and I didn't know you wanted to have that. And you had no idea what you actually wanted, you trust this guy. So it's like, if you give me another $1,000, maybe we can get this done. And I see this every time. Suddenly, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, you both give up. The guy gave up, he's somewhere else already, and you give up because you're forced to, and you have no good website, and you spend already $5,000. And then finally you say, maybe I should go to a professional, and then you spend another $5,000 actually to get just the site up. So it's really important that you look around, talk to customers. If you want to work with somebody, tell them, I want to have 10 references. And talk to these people. How was the experience? What's happened with them? Did they actually really do it in time? Did they do it, they said $3,000 or $4,000 or $5,000, and actually it was $5,000 and not 8 or 9. So ask them really for references. And if they, if they cannot give you references of like 10 clients, then it means they're probably not so long in business, and you probably should be careful, right?
Well, references are crucial, and I agree that my phone rings about once or twice a month with some disaster story of somebody who's lost $5,000, $10,000 on a web project and will never see it again. It's kind of the blight of our field, I think, and so kind of been my challenge to make sure that we're trying to raise the bar, and I think the way that's going to happen is in education and awareness, but integrity is important.
Jean-Paul?
Yeah, I mean, other than the web design too, the other thing you need to be aware of is that, whether it's somebody you have on your team to watch the analytics and watch the tracking, but the flip side of that is also having a plan, having a strategy for getting the rankings and generating the traffic, and then what are you doing for that? So oftentimes that can be handled by you yourself, even if it's a one-person shop. You can be doing that with the new style of sites that are out there, with new media-based sites. You just need to know what you're focused on as far as your keywords, and then who your loyals are, who you're talking to, and that's going to help you to generate that traffic in days past or years past. And even if you feel like, okay, I need somebody to help me with that, make sure that what they're going to do for you, if they are going to help you generate traffic, if they're search engine optimization experts is what they're called, they can be a real money pit, similar to your horror stories. I mean, we get clients, new clients every month, 5 or 6 on an average basis, who are paying $500 to $5,000 per month. That's per month, just to optimize their content. And again, honestly, with the tools that you have at your fingertips today, if you have the right strategy and a mindset, and you understand the right formulas and principles, which are very easy to master, you could be doing it yourself, or you can outsource to somebody who you manage and are able to get it at a fraction of that cost of what they're getting ripped off for.